Tim DTV. It's variety, the real footage show. Tim Davis.
These are called the classic 39 episodes of The Honeymooners because of the fact that the show in 1955 and 1956 made some very classic comedy episodes for The Honeymooners. They are the most common for fans. They are the most well known in airing on networks. And the episodes themselves are just pure classic fun comedy of the 1950s. Hello, and welcome to show number 48 of The Real Footage Show with me, Tim. In this edition of The Real Footage Show, we're going to be talking about a classic 1950s television comedy program from the golden days of television entertainment known as The Honeymooners, which is very well known throughout the years and through the decades because of the classic comedy that comes out of the episodes, the famous stars that were a part of it. We're going to be discussing a small review about the show, about what it's all about, and about its DVD release and whatnot. The Honeymooners is more known for the classic 39 episodes that were created because throughout the years they made other episodes as well, but they were more short sketch comedies, like 15-minute comedies, and of course the Jackie Gleason show over the years. But the actual half-hour 39 episodes that were created and aired in for 1955 and 1956 are the ones that fans refer to the most. They are the most seen in a syndication airing on various television networks, and the most popular just to view in general by many fans. But the ensemble cast that the show has with Jackie Gleason and Audrey Meadows, as well as Art Carney and Joyce Randolph, makes the show an interesting blend of comedy. The show was filmed in black and white and airs in black and white in reruns and on the DVD releases, but it just adds to the charm of the genre of that entertainment of that time period of the 1950s. Now, the release of the show onto DVD, this box set here happens to contain all 39 episodes from 1955 and 1956 in order from the beginning to the end of the show's run. These are the half-hour episodes, the ones that people are probably most familiar with. Every single one of these DVDs in this set that was put out by CBS Paramount in the 2000s comes in slim cases like this, and each DVD contains 8 or so episodes on each one. And beginning with the very first one titled TV or Not TV, where Ralph and his friend buddy Ed Norton are fighting over a television set that Ralph wants to watch in his apartment, and both of them argue over what programs to watch and whatnot and who's going to get the set. So it begins with that, and then the episodes obviously continue with more hilarious dilemmas and problems that Ralph gets himself into throughout the episodes. This set also includes, as well as with each DVD and all of the 39 episodes, it also includes on the inside of each DVD case, there is a short description and air date for the episodes that you will see. On the back here happens to be a publicity photo of Jackie Gleason with the cast in a New York City bus, which obviously, as everybody knows, if you're familiar with the show, Ralph Kramden was a bus driver for New York City. And as well as that, it also shows some still photos from memorable moments of stuff that's happened throughout the show's 39 episode run. Again, all 5 DVDs are included in this collection of The Honeymooners, the classic 39 episodes. Another thing, too, that's also included as well is the classic Christmas episode that is included in this, where Ralph has to get Alice a last-minute Christmas gift, and he ends up selling his bowling ball to buy her a gift. That classic episode, which also includes the cast addressing the audience and wishing them a happy holiday season, is also included at the very end. It's the only time that the cast actually does that. And, of course, the other classic episodes where Norton tries to teach Ralph how to play the game of golf. which also includes the classic line "Hello, Ball," where Norton addresses the ball, and the one also where Alice's mother comes over and Ralph's not a fan of hers. That creates a lot of chaos and turmoil within the apartment. Ralph doesn't like Alice's mother, and she doesn't like him. So that includes a lot of comedic moments there. The one where Ralph has to also go to the Raccoon Lodge convention and has to take the wives along and doesn't know how to tell them. There's also the one where Ralph is a janitor in the building that he lives in. Ones like that, as well as many other memorable moments, are included in that set. Now, the show is set in Brooklyn, New York. Ralph works for the Gotham Bus Company in New York City, and his friend Ed Norton works in the sewer system in the city. Again, a lot of the comedy comes out of Ralph being a bus driver and Ed Norton in the sewer. Their jobs are featured a lot of many of the plot lines. As I mentioned, Alice's mother is featured in some, which creates some comedic moments as well for the episodes. And also, the cast is very well. The chemistry between the cast members and the timing is very good. It's comedy that's clean for the time that it was made. It doesn't have any sexual innuendos in it. It's just clean, classic comedy fun. That most shows nowadays I don't think could even come close to it as far as entertainment is concerned. There are some good modern day shows out there, but for the most part, shows like The Honeymooners from a more simpler time of television comedy, not many shows can even come close to the comedic moments that this show presents. The cast members, as of the making of this video in 2020, the only surviving cast member of the original 39 episodes is Joyce Randolph, who played Trixie Norton on the show. At the current time that this video is made, she is alive, and she happens to be 95 years old. Other cast members unfortunately have passed away over the years. Jackie Gleason, he passed away in June of 1987 at 71 years old. Audrey Meadows, who played Alice on the show, she passed away in February of 1996 at 73. And Art Carney, who played Ed Norton on the show, passed away in November of 2003 at the age of 85. So, a lot of great actors and actresses were lost over the years to this show. But nonetheless, it's still, to this day, over 50 years after its original debut, continues to delight television entertainment enthusiasts everywhere, including myself. Now, in the year 2000, the cable TV network TV Land began airing The Honeymooners, both the classic 39 episodes and the lost episodes of The Honeymooners, which was more the sketch comedy type ones. They began airing them on the network during the network schedule in the year 2000 and beyond. And also during the year of 2000, the network debuted and introduced a life-size statue of Jackie Gleason standing with his bus uniform on, with his lunch pail, and they placed the statue at one of the entrances of the Port Authority bus terminal in New York City. And I was actually fortunate enough a few times to actually see it. My first time actually seeing it was in the year of 2008 when we happened to be in the city, and I remember after coming out of the bus terminal, we actually walked pretty much right past it and didn't even realize it, but we were just caught up in the moment of being in a big city and all that. I remember seeing it off to the side, but we didn't bother to stop and take a picture with it. But in the year of 2017, in early 2017, when we were back in New York City, we happened to find the statue and take a photo with it. And that photo of the statue with my family is on my Facebook profile. But I'm glad I was able to, all them years later, some 17 years after the statue was put up, was able to get a picture with the Jackie Gleason statue in New York City. Because it's always been one of my more favorite shows of TV comedies, even though I like many variety of shows throughout the years. The Honeymooners has always been one of my top 5 favorites because of just the great entertainment that the show presents. Also, not to forget to mention here some other little tidbits about the show. That Ralph and Norton, many a times throughout the episodes, like to go bowling. They also like to play pool together. And a lot of times, a lot of the episodes deal with the get rich quick schemes, the dilemmas that Ralph gets himself into by trying to better his life and to make himself better, for his wife and whatnot. So a lot of the stories evolve with that. And of course, the Raccoon Lodge, where Ralph and Norton are members of, they go there a lot as well. So as I said, it's an interesting show. Whether you are have been a fan for years, or if you're now just discovering it for the first time, it's definitely worth watching. It's a classic show that I can't say that enough for, and the comedy, the timing, and the characters are very likable. They're very lovable. You get to really get to know them and feel as if like you knew them after watching the show, because they're just that the chemistry is that well blended together for the show. Now, of course, over the years, besides the DVD release of The Honeymooners onto DVD and the occasional airing on various networks over the years like TV Land and MeTV, the show continues to be a bright spot in television comedy from that a decade when it was made back in the 1950s. Also available too is the lost episodes of The Honeymooners, which are more like sketch comedies where they're like 15 minutes apiece, the storylines. And of course, as the years went on into the 60s and whatnot, you had the Jackie Gleason show, which featured a little bit of a different cast. A cast member is a little bit different in it. But if you are a fan of the original classic 39 episodes, this is definitely a must-see for any fan to view continuously. For me, these episodes never get boring. I've seen these probably hundreds of times, and I still laugh very hard at them whenever I see them, whether they're on DVD or on TV. So thank you for joining us for the 48th edition, show number 48 of The Real Footage Show with me, Tim. If you would like, you could see more videos like this that are classic TV entertainment themed, as well as a variety of other topics on my YouTube channel, Tim1TV. And you could subscribe to my channel and see all the videos that I have there from the past and the present. So, for The Real Footage Show, I am Tim Davis. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
This is Tim D Productions.